What up? Long time no see. I think it's been a week. This hoodie's like getting over my eyes. Yeah. I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about today. And I think the thing that's coming to my mind is reinvention. Reinventing myself. I could say as an artist, as a whatever, but I think it's as a person. Yeah, when is it time to reinvent? It happens. It's not something you plan for. You feel unsatisfied and you reinvent, right? So for me, it was kind of forced in a way. It was a choice, but it was also forced. I chose to go through EMDR therapy. I chose to look into somatic work, getting into my body, and recognizing that the more safe I feel in myself, my body has like the ability to heal, right? It's not even something I can like choose a lot of the time. I think I was able to push it down a lot more previously. Like I would know I needed rest and I wouldn't do it, right? I'd push through it and then I'd crash later, or I'd tell myself I don't need it. And over time, an identity basically gets constructed around you, not something you intentionally choose, right? The identity kind of gets thrust upon you, or like maybe defined by negatives, like the things you're not, or when you aren't taking up a lot of space, the times you do kind of become your whole identity. I have a lot of times where that's kind of happened. So, I'm someone who's always had a hard time kind of taking up space or like kind of creating an identity for myself. And I also had a huge afro in middle school, high school. Like a Greek guy afro, not a actual one, right? Just really curly, big hair. And I didn't want to be seen, but at the same time, I really hated getting my hair cut. So I was putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, and not asking my mom and being like, oh, you know what? I actually like it. And I go to school and people would be like, oh my God, it's Afro Guy. It's Afro Guy. Like, does this not sound like a fucking Disney Channel thing? But it hurts like it's so real. But when I say it out loud, I always laugh because it feels like a Disney Channel thing. But in a way, I have a lot of care for myself, right? Like, and I'm far enough away that I can kind of like laugh about it. But yeah, it was nice in a way, getting awareness, but it wasn't for anything I was doing. It was basically for something I wasn't doing. I was putting off getting a haircut, and then I became Afro Guy. And then I'm like, oh, should I cut the haircut, whatever. I kind of lost my own ability to decide. Like, I still didn't like having the big hair. I didn't like the attention. But because people were kind of like reaffirming it, I was like, well, that's my identity now because it's been reaffirmed externally. And I think that's happened multiple times for me. I'm just speaking from my own experience. It could look differently for everybody, right? I'm not. Yeah. Yeah, so when it's not defining it yourself, it kind of gets thrust upon by others, or more like anxiety-inducing way. It's what you think others think of you, maybe. like people see me as this guy, so then I need to be this guy, even if they've never said it. No, you don't always get the Afro guy treatment. Sometimes it's just like you're known as the silly person, loud person, weird person, quiet person, whatever, and then you kind of want to like uphold that. This thought about reinventing myself personally kind of floated into my brain yesterday because I think I've been feeling very unsatisfied in the artistic work I've been making. I've been really enjoying making YouTube DJ mixes. Sometimes they do incredibly well, sometimes they don't. I think the first one did well and it freaked me out because there was a lot of views and then no comments, and it made me really scared of like what that means. I don't know, basically every anxiety that you could have with a YouTube channel I've been going through. And it's not like it's my fucking full-time job or anything. That it got me in my head about taking risks. Like this isn't a fun project I'm doing for myself. Or maybe that I was being a little safer or a little scared to express myself just because I was going through a lot. I don't see it as a bad thing. It's like tides or like energy or waves or something like that, right? Like there was like a recess and then it came back. And I feel like right now it's coming back, and I'm like, I feel like I have a lot of inspiration and things I want to express, and I just need the days, right? Like it's just the work now. I'm just excited to kind of get started on a couple of these, and I am starting on a couple of these, and it's really fun to kind of like learn what I like again about making DJ mixes. And from going away or feeling really lost and then feeling really like found or safe in yourself to an extent. No, to a pretty good extent. I'm feeling pretty safe in my body, actually. I don't want to soften it. I don't know why I want to soften it. Like I need a longer journey or something, or like I'm scared that if I present it in a certain way, it's going to be cocky. So let's skip the faux suffering. I'm actually very proud of how far I've come. I've learned a lot about myself. I feel like I've changed and grown. There's still challenges. There's still things I don't fully understand. We'll never. But there's like big question marks for me, and I feel okay about it. I feel like I can get there. I can get through it in a very human way and not a perfect way. It's like I believe in myself as a human. I don't believe in myself as this like infallible God complex being, right? Like I think a lot of like manifestation stuff or self-improvement or I don't know, like rewiring those pathways. I think a funny thing is like they're having you repeat a word to yourself over and over and over and over and over again, right? Happy, free, whatever. Financially free from the constraints that bind me, whatever. I swear this leads to the reinventing yourself thing. Like, bear with me. I appreciate you coming on this journey with me. How about that? So when people are supposed to repeat things to themselves in these like meditation mantra type of things, I'm just trying to find a good hood position, by the way. Let's just call this what it is. Let me just fix it. They're repeating words, they're repeating love, they're repeating care, they're repeating safety. Something I've learned about with childhood trauma, is that you actually don't fully process information that's being sent to you. Like you can take in a certain amount and maybe not fully understand it. It might be because of the ways early learning impacted you and kind of how it like builds on top of itself. But I'll give a great example. The concept of thinking before you speak. I think I understood it intellectually, but I don't think I got it. Like, I understand the idea of applying thought before words come out of your mouth, but I shut down a lot of the times, or like I go social, like in a social situation, I'm like fully there. I'm not really thinking before I speak sometimes, especially when I kind of rile myself up and I start talking too much, or maybe sharing something that I didn't really want to, that makes me feel uncomfortable about myself. Like I was like going like overly authentic or whatever. Sorry, there's some people walking by. Yeah, so I think, that's the first time that's ever happened. I've always wondered how YouTubers do that. Like when someone walks by it, it's just you don't give a fuck. My brain went to, I'm in a video chat, and then it's like I'm in a video chat with myself, and with anybody that's watching this. There's been such fucking sweet comments. You don't even know how much they've made my day. Holy fuck. Like I keep rereading every single one. Like it's fucking incredible. Okay. Yeah, I think I didn't get what thinking before you spoke meant, or like I feel like the lesson of it wasn't imparted on me. You watch a kid's show, and they show a kid talking too much, and then the other kids they talk too much and they get themselves in trouble or something, and it's like you gotta think before you speak, and it's like, oh yeah, I don't think I fully took that in, or I didn't fully understand it. And I was reading like the Wikipedia pages for it, and like what was another one? Stumbling block. It's like random ones. The point of this is like I've been reading a ton of Wikipedia articles and like learning new stuff. I'm just like intaking information in a different way. Like I'm curious about stuff in a way a kid is curious about stuff. Because a kid's kind of taking this all in for the first time ever, right? Like it's all brand new. It's all completely brand new. And a lot of this feels weirdly brand new to me. Like I keep asking what stuff means or why things are the way they are in the world. Because I want to like appreciate it all in a way that I wasn't. I wasn't looking at it that way. My whole focus was other people's perception of me. It was never what I wanted. It was never there. I knew what I was interested in, kind of, but it was, again, like not really like driven within myself. It was to get myself out of trouble. It was to be in a position where I could relax. It was always coming from a place of like, what I wanted to do was heal, or like get away from everything, or like relinquish all responsibilities or disappear. Everything that was motivating me was coming from this point of like, I want to be able to just disappear off the face of the planet and nobody can see me. And not in that way. More in like I want to go live my life somewhere just away from everybody and just kind of like connect with people still, but like with a fuck ton of distance, basically. Physical distance. And that morphed into different things. And then it kind of became about money, and it kind of became about like money will allow me freedom to go to those things, but then the involvement required to make the money to be able to do those things really like limits what you can do, right? Like you have to become an expert of something begrudgingly, and maybe not even well, because you don't have enough passion to kind of like get through it. Like that's why I did marketing. Truly, I have grown to love it in a lot of ways. I've grown to find a ton of meaningful work that you can do with it. Marketing and advertising, getting people excited about something, organizing, creating a movement, figuring out how people manipulate media or communications channels. Like communications is actually the thing that's fascinating to me. Like human communications. That's like my thing. I love it. And I kind of morphed that into like, if I can like twist that skill into money making through marketing, then I can like get away from everything. It's crazy to say, but like that was literally weirdly my like innate motivation from like 18 to now. Like it's the mental gymnastics to make it more important than it is, sure, but like that's always been, once I got out of school and kind of got scared by the world, I was like, or just not even scared, like I just kind of took in how massive things were. I was so in my own head. I was so in my own like city or town or neighborhood or whatever, and I was meeting people and my brain was getting blown. And I think through the internet, as I went through a teen, I was like, yeah, I can go to these places these people I'm talking to on the internet are, or I can find my own life. And then there's people being like, you can make money online, traveling, whatever. I jumped at that because it seemed like my communication skills plus plus a way to make money. But my heart wasn't in it. When I finally accepted that, it gave me kind of point to like bounce off from. And I was like, okay, well, what do I want? Creatively or expression wise, but also this maps to me, you know, like, what do I want? What principles are really important to me, right? Like, I remember a kid in school's parents were really into like helmet and bike safety because their dad like fell on the bike with a helmet and he would have died if he didn't or something. And it was like a huge like, you've got to wear a bike when you go, like, you know, safety on vehicles is really important. And I remember being like, yeah, I know, but like I don't care about it to that extent. Like I care about it. This sounds so fucked up, but whatever. I care about it, but not to the extent that they cared about it, where it was like their big thing. I have things that are that for me personally, that they like resonate with me so deeply that I need to act on them. But then there's also like the ability to empathize with other people and be like, what am I really caring about? Of course I have the capacity to care about a lot of stuff, but maybe I'm just not able to take in all the information at the same time. And I'm like, yeah, are there specific like movements or causes or topics to like improve that I really care about? I think there are. I think I have a lot of them. It's just decoupling what stuff maybe I love and what stuff I felt expected to love. Wow, yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's stuff I loved as a mask and stuff I love as a person. Yeah. There's a grounding thing I've been doing where it's you kind of look in your front vision and you're like, what are 3 things I can see? You look up, what are 3 things I can see? Look to the side, what are 3 things I can see? Look to the left, what are 3 things I can see? Look down, what are 3 things you can see? Look to the middle, what's your favorite of them? Really focus on it, reflect on it. Think about the senses and what it tastes like, how it feels, how it looks, how it smells. If you crinkled up that leaf, how does it sound? And then you do the same up there, you do the same, and it's like orientation to your own environment. I know I'm doing a thing that is a mask. I know I'm doing something that is a mask when I start to not feel oriented, when I start to feel disoriented. It's another fucking Wikipedia article I gotta read, Jesus Christ. Oh my god. I start to feel extremely disoriented when I know I'm masking, when I know I'm sharing a story that is not coming from the heart, it's coming from face, you know? Future discussions, topics that I'd really like to make videos on. The rabbit hole of gestures. I've become fascinated with the concept of gestures in terms of my own expression. Fawning on that topic. Fight, flight, freeze, and fawn. I did not know what that was, and I've been learning about it, and it has been very insightful and gives me a lot of like things to reflect on that I want to reflect on camera, as well as all the time. This is just like just taking in a chunk is just kind of feels like a permanent thing, which is fine. I'm enjoying it. I think those are some big ones. I think kids are getting out of school, so I'm gonna finish up my walk. Hope you have an amazing day. You're the best. I'm rooting for you. See you later.